What if Deku was Katakuri? Part 2. That's where we left off. The heroes were coming to meet with Katakuri. The top 10 with Nezu and the Hero Safety Commission president. All coming to meet together to negotiate terms and hopefully come to a peaceful resolution for the heroes. But Katakuri has other plans. And he knows that it cannot be settled with peace because Big Mom will not accept what they have done. So we go to Katakuri, who's currently waiting in the warehouse. He flicks over a jelly bean as he's tossing it up and down. When are they going to be here? He asks one of his subordinates. One of the men says, "They're on their way, sir. We have men watching their vehicle. They should be here in about 5 minutes. Very well. Is there anything you need, Katakuri, sir? No. Tell me, is there any news about the most powerful people here in Japan? We have learned of one person that may be trouble if he does decide to come at us. Who would that be? Gigantomachia, sir. As he looks over at him. It's that big creature I got a report about a while back, correct? Yes, it's currently in the forest somewhere. It seems like it's docile for the time being. Leave it alone, then. As long as it doesn't cause any problems, we'll let it live. And after all, Big Mom might want to see this Gigantomachia. After all, we have no idea what this thing is. Of course. Should I inform Big Mom about this? No, I will inform her myself when I get back home. Of course, Katakuri, as we hear vehicles outside, come to a halt as we go to them. As Nezu is on Aizawa's scarf. So is everyone here? As the top 10 heroes, Endeavor, Best Jeanist, All Might, Ririko, the Dragon Hero, Gain Orga? And I can't remember the others. Oh wait, Hawks. That's all that I know. Well, they walk in. And the Hero Safety Commission president as well. As they're looking around, where's your boss, Katakuri? The Safety Hero Commission president says. I'm up here. As they look up and sees Katakuri sitting on a crate. As some of the heroes says, wow, he's tall. As he gets off and stands. Nezu speaks up. Well, we understand that we unintentionally attacked your trade route of food supplies. We did not know that it belonged to you, sir. Katakuri, it's a simple misunderstanding. A simple misunderstanding cost Big Mom about 2 shipments of food from Japan. And you know how Big Mom is with food. She is very angry. If I hadn't convinced her myself that I would take care of it while I was in the area, your country would be pretty much destroyed. As some of them shakes, as Endeavor speaks up, no, when we'd be able to beat an Emperor of the Sea, she doesn't stand no chance against us. Fool. You must not know your place. As he releases Hockey as everyone falls to the floor. And then he suddenly stops. As Endeavor was hit with the most pressure of the Hockey, leaving him on the floor. Listen here. I'm not here for any goodness of my heart. To simply let this go. As he tosses a jelly bean at the Hero Safety Commission's head, piercing it as she falls over. As some of the heroes get ready, I did promise Big Mom a head. You could easily replace her. After all, you better be considering this lucky. I'm just killing her for the meantime. As then, we see someone try to grab one of Katakuri's men. As then, a giant donut made of mochi appears behind them, and a giant arm comes out of the mochi, hitting the man into a wall. As it's Shigaraki. As he looks over, trying to decay one of my men to start a conflict with me, Big Mom Pirates, and the heroes. Honestly, you might have gotten away with it if it wasn't for for me having the ability to see in the future. As Shigaraki is bleeding as his arm broke from the impact of the large hand hitting him so hard into a wall. Now, unfortunately, as he throws a jelly bean at Shigaraki, but he gets teleported. I see. As Endeavor takes this chance to try to kill Katakuri, send a huge fire. As Katakuri just dodges it, changing his body into mochi. As then he turns his hand into, well, a machine gun and just riddles bullets at Endeavor, as he uses his flames to melt them. Stupid flame hero. As all the heroes stand on guard, Nezu says, Endeavor, stop. Well, I'm glad I told them to get rid of your agency while I was here. As Endeavor eyes widen. Yes, you've caused trouble to Big Mom, so I'm repaying the damage. Every hero safety building and hero agency in the area, including a few of the top 10s, are being destroyed at this very moment by the Big Mom Pirates. As all the heroes' eyes widen, this is what you get for betraying and attacking the Big Mom Pirates. Now, I'll take a few of your top 10 heroes' heads to bring back to Big Mom. As we see, well, Hawks try to decapitate Katakuri from behind. By the looks of it, he succeeded. But Katakuri simply just dodged it, making his head look like it fell off his shoulders while a small piece is attached to mochi. So like a string of mochi connecting the top layer of his head, which turned into mochi, to evade the attack. As he grabs Hawk's leg and tosses him to the ground, and then steps on his back. You really think you can defeat me? Is it because I took out the Hero Safety Commission president? As he stomps harder, hurting Hawks. For doing this, I'll bring you back to Big Mom. As he grabs and then tosses Hawks, as then the crate falls apart, revealing a cage, as Hawks is thrown in it. Any problems? As he looks over at the rest of the heroes. Endeavor sends a huge attack at Katakuri. Such a fool. As then a gunshot is heard as Endeavor's arm is pierced by a bullet. As it's one of Katakuri's men. Don't you dare hurt Katakuri. General Katakuri. Calm down. You know attack like that won't hurt me. Sorry, General. Now, is there any more complications? Endeavor, after the refusal of Nezu and Aizawa and the rest of the heroes, goes to attack Katakuri. I'm done with you. As two donuts appear beside Endeavor. As they just form in. As Endeavor tries to use flames, but these donut arms were infused with hockey. As it just squishes Endeavor as blood flies everywhere. This is what you get. And remember, as he turns his back to the rest of the heroes, this is what happens when you mess with the Big Mom Pirates. As he walks out, as they're taking a caged Hawks, there's a dead Endeavor, a dead Hero Safety Commission, as it looks like some of Katakuri's men is taking the Hero Safety Commission along as well. As Nezu's angry, as soon as he reaches the door, one more thing. You might want to check on your school. As then Nezu's eyes widen. as he walks out with his men. An excellent display of strength, Katakuri, sir. They were all shivering. After all, who wouldn't shiver over the first sweet General Katakuri? Yourself. Yes, they were weaklings. Sir, do you think you could have taken all of them on? Of course. The most one that would cause me any problems was Endeavor. My mochi powers wouldn't work on him. But infuse them with hockey, he doesn't stand a chance. Should we go eliminate the rest of the heroes? No need. This should teach them to stand in line. And what do you mean about Tenezu when you told him to check UA? Simple. I told him to go check his school. 'Cause it's on fire right now. As he shocked. How do you know this? Simple. While we were having the meeting and all the heroes were caught up, the villains took their chance and attacked UA. As he walks away. Now, get Hawks on the ship. As soon as Katakuri gets back to his ship, we see Nomu fighting the Big Mom pirates. Someone's arrogant enough to fight against Big Mom. As Katakuri turns his hand into a machine gun and just starts riddling hockey-infused bullets into all the Nomu's heads, killing them instantly. Thank you for the support, Katakuri. It looks like my job's not done here. As then we hear applause, as a man in armor appears above. You must be from the Big Mom Pirates. If I take your quark, I'll be able to see into the future, and then Big Mom won't stand a chance. As soon as he says that, he gets hit in the back by one of Katakuri's donuts. Well, donut arms. As he gets sent to the ground. As we can see, he has a shield around him. You're all for one. I guess I was informed about you a while back, saying you're one of the more bigger threats in Japan. As All for One uses the black tendrils to try to get Katakuri, as he simply just shoots it with his hand, his finger turning into bullets, and just shoots them down. Weak. As he simply then appears in front of All for One and kicks him, sending him through a building. You stand no chance, All for One. As he smirks, as Katakuri's eyes widen, as a portal opens up behind him, as an arm reaches out. Katakuri then quickly grabs the wrist of the person, drags him through the portal, and then sends him to the ground, covering him in mochi. As it happens to be Shigaraki. I guess I'll have to make sure you don't cause any more problems. As he then puts his hands on Shigaraki's wrists, and then the mochi starts to heat up. Heat mochi. As then it heats up so much that both of Shigaraki's arms fall off. As he lets go, as Shigaraki's screaming in pain. There, that filthy quark of yours is now no more. As All for One is angry, as he sends air cannon attack at him. As of course, Katakuri dodges this, and this actually ends up hitting Shigaraki and killing him. As he's even more furious. Oh, what? Did you kill your own toy? As then he quickly appears behind. All for One has his spear, his trident thing, and just pierces through All for One's stomach. All for One is regenerating and goes for an attack on Katakuri. He grabs the spear out, and then just simply goes through his head, as Katakuri is too fast for All for One to react. As he then just decapitates All for One for good measure. There, problem solved. As he gets up. Anything else? Sir, we could have handled this on our own, sir. He dares fight the Big Mom pirates. He's a fool, thinking he could beat a sweet general, one of the men says, as he just glares at the dead corpse of All for One. Just to make sure. As he throws mochi all over All for One's body. Heat mochi. As it heats up and just decays All for One completely. I have heard of quarks that can keep a person alive for a period of time. Even though he shouldn't survive the decapitation. But just in case, I'll make sure there's nothing left of him. Now, let's get aboard the ship. How is Hawks? He's on board, sir. Good. Inform Peros that Hawks is coming to Whole Cake Island. I will, sir. Big Mom should be proud. Yes, and tell Big Mom I have some delicacies as well. Did you do as I asked and go to the most best chef in Japan and have him cook something up? Of course. Good. And he's on the ship as well, yes? Of course. After all, he'll be working at part of Big Mom's chefs from now on. Yes, after all, we cannot let a star chef like the one here rot in Japan. It would be a waste not to bring it back to Big Mom to taste his food. After all, Big Mom does like new chefs in her kitchen, as they tend to make new food that Big Mom likes. Why, of course. After all, we've explored the world to gather the best chefs we could. As well as we should. The Big Mom pirates deserve the best food possible. Now let's get back. I don't want to get back to Mama having another one of the hunger pains. Of course, katakuri, sir. What should we do about the mess out here? Let the heroes handle it. After all, we'll be back here soon. What do you mean? They're obviously not gonna stand still after having their school destroyed, thinking Big Mom did it and it was all the League of Villains, and several hero agencies being destroyed, so they may try to send some, well, revolt or something. Then we should take care of it while we're here, katakuri. I would take care of it, but I was only sent here to deal with a lesson. If they do try to fight back, it will only lead into their death. And they know that, so I doubt they'll try anything. But I'll come back here and finish the job, once I go see Big Mom. She seems to want something. As then, one of the men come over. Sir? Yes. Well, we have a bit of a difficulty. It seems it'll be a little bit longer journey to get back to Whole Cake Island than usual. What's the reason? It seems that the Navy of Japan is blocking our route. They really want to mess with the Big Mom pirates. It seems so, sir. The Navy's involved now. Fine. It looks like we're gonna have to break through the blockade. After all, of course they would try something like this to get rid of a high-priority pirate like myself. Tell me, is there any admirals involved? No, sir. It doesn't seem like any admirals involved. It seems like a captain is thinking himself too arrogant to take on one of Big Mom's ships. How stupid can the Navy be? Fine. Blow the ships to smithereens. As he stands on top of the ship, as they start to sail, as several of Katakuri's ships start firing on the Navy, destroying several of their ships. As cannonballs are heading towards Katakuri's ship, as he makes mochi in the air, catching, as they flex backwards with the mochi, and the cannonballs just fling right back to the marine ships, sinking them. Stupid Marines. As a Marine ship gets close to Katakuri's ship, as a captain with a sword comes out, I'm here to take the head of Katakuri. As soon as he says that, he gets pierced with a jelly bean. The Navy is such idiots. As he then makes a huge fist out of Mochi and destroys the ship. Such a nuisance. Now let's get back to Japan. Get back to Whole Cake Island. As they start to set sail, as Katakuri wraps his arms around the cage. So, we're heading back to Whole Cake Island as Hawk's eyes widen. What? Yes, and I'm only bringing you along and not killing you. Is because my older brother Peros wishes to do the job himself. After all, you did cause him some trouble when he was last here on Big Mom's orders. If I'm not mistaken. And also, you stopped the only supply of tea that Peros enjoys for his morning breakfast. As he looks over, is that a reason for him to kill me? As he glares and releases Hawky, as Hawks just falls to the ground. Know your place. As then he flips the cage over. As he flips and hurts his back even worse than what it was by Katakuri stomping on it. Make sure he doesn't die before we get to Whole Cake Island. That's an order. As the men just say, yes, Katakuri, sir. As we see him walk, as his eyes glow, as he heads back to his chambers. And that's the end of What If Deku Was Katakuri, Part 2. Make sure to like and subscribe.